smoking weed before I did psychedelics is totally different than smoking weed after I've experimented with the psychedelic state of mind. It's almost like I'm ingesting two different chemical compounds that are related but different. But it's not that they're different, it's the same, it's just I'm different. And I'm operating from a different paradigm, and I am experiencing life from a totally different state of consciousness. Thanks in large to the psychedelics. So I want to tell you guys my experience. I've been experimenting with weed again now, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's sort of become my evening companion as of late. And man, it's something else. It really is something else now. So I'm just gonna tell you guys my experience, how I felt on weed before psychedelics, pre-psychedelic era, and then post-psychedelic era. Not that I'm done with psychedelics, okay? I mean, you guys know 60% of the time, I microdose every time. And so I'll tell you guys, before I did psychedelics, I was quite a selfish person. In fact, I was so selfish that my parents could never have enough of telling me how selfish I am. And it's true, I was very selfish. Growing up, I was very egotistical, very selfish. And it was a defense mechanism. Because I grew up in a very vulnerable environment. I got the shit kicked out of me, the shit beaten out of me. And, you know, it was just a very negative, vulnerable environment. So I developed a lot of shields, a lot of defense mechanisms, a lot of masks. And one of them was the selfishness, like I'm out for myself here. Protective, right? Self-preservation. So I grew up very selfish, and I was very selfish, you know, very self-absorbed. Up until, you know, a little bit before doing psychedelics, I was starting to find more of a oneness, more of a connection with everything. And that's what led me into psychedelics. But, you know, after doing psychedelics and after experiencing the ego dissolution state, the ego dissolving, all boundary dissolving state of oneness, of love, of cosmic love, cosmic energy, and having my ego broken down over and over and over to the point where one of my trips, I could not fucking remember my name. I swear to God, it took me 5 to 10 seconds to remember my name because my ego was just gone, blasted. I was one with everything. So, and after integrating these paradigm shifts, integrating them to the point where I have a channel that preaches consciousness, oneness, increasing awareness, etc., connecting more with source energy, with God. After integrating all these things, right? I've been dabbling with psychedelics for over 2 years now. So I had sometimes to integrate and still integrating, right? I'm still learning. But after having done all of that and staying away from weed for that time, I just felt like it, you know, I don't need it right now. Throughout all my experimentation with psychedelics, again, not that it's over, but I had a period where I was heavily experimenting, man. Heavily experimenting, right? I didn't think that we'd belong there. You know, I just thought it's gonna just take away from the clarity of my thinking, clarity of my thoughts, the clarity of my reflections, and my integration of these states of minds into my being and into my consciousness. Now, feeling the urge, feeling the pull towards Mary Jane, towards marijuana. Man, I experience intense connection, deep connection with nature, with love, when I take a few tokes of weed. I took a few tokes yesterday. This was yesterday. Came here about to this woods, right? Not to the same place. Around 6 o'clock at night. But it wasn't night here because now here where I live, Sun doesn't go down until like 8:30. So it was evening, right? Evening, nice, still sunny. Very nice, you know, very nice vibes. Had a few talks, man. And I was hugging every tree. I was talking to every tree. I was talking to the water. I was like meditating by the water for 15 minutes. I closed my eyes. I did the Wim Hof breathing. I was seeing psychedelic visuals. I was seeing geometric shapes. I was seeing sacred geometry. And it kind of sort of shot me into a psychedelic state. It shot me into a psychedelic state. It really did. And that's kind of what marijuana has been doing to me lately. It's been shooting me into a psychedelic state, which is a state of oneness, which is a state of love. And I feel like now on marijuana, right? I feel everything alive. When I tell you I'm talking to a tree, I swear to God, because I'm looking at the tree and I'm feeling the tree breathe. I'm feeling the tree talk. I hugged the tree yesterday for 5 minutes straight, and I talked to it, and I told the tree, please give me as much power as you can. You have so much love. I felt it has so much love and so much wisdom. And I told the tree, hey, give me your love and wisdom. I want to spread as much love and wisdom to the world as I can. And man, it gave me, I'm telling you, it gave me so much love, so much wisdom, and so much love. And it felt my love to it. And it told me how much it loves me. And it felt my love to it. Because it's real. And marijuana has been getting me to experience that more and more. It's really been shooting me into a psychedelic state now. A state of oneness. A state of love. A state of connection with all. And I spent like a good 3 hours here. And I went on my own little adventure, right? I'm on top of a hill right now, right? You guys can't see it, but I'm on top of a hill. I was like running up and down hills, and I was going from one lake to another. Like I was just on a full-out adventure, man. Full-out adventure. Like I came home, I was fucking exhausted. And I was sensing different vibes in each part of the forest. There's a different vibe. And I can sense, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I can sense, okay, this part of the woods is predatory. There's a lot of animals preying on each other. This part of the woods, no, it's not. I can sense these little things because I feel everything alive, and I see like everything stalking, everything talks. And the marijuana, the weed, smoking, you know, just a few talks, right, has really been connecting me to that, man. And I've been loving it. Oh my God, I've been loving it. But I have to emphasize, setting. Treat weed like you would treat a psychedelic, because you know most people treat the psychedelics with respect. Set the right intention, right setting, and I'm looking for a good time. I'm looking to learn. I'm looking for wisdom. I'm looking to an increased self-awareness, increased state of awareness, state of consciousness. Well, I'm finding that if you treat marijuana the same way, and treat it with the respect that you would give a psychedelic. Like a psychedelic, you give it respect. If you're doing 5 grams, you're getting ready for that shit. Because you know, 5 grams, motherfucker. 5 grams. Okay? That shit's terrifying. So you treat it with a lot of respect. You prepare for it, right? You prepare for it. You do your fasting. You eat right. You sleep right. You do your affirmations. You do your visualizations. You prepare for it. You set yourself up in a good state. You respect it. You honor it. You pick the best possible setting, the best possible day, the best possible scenario, the best possible intention. Well, if you're eating a fucking edible and it's got like at least 100 mg of THC, like, yeah, you better treat that shit with respect, or you're gonna have some kind of a panic attack or something. And I find that if you treat weed with respect, like, oh, I'm gonna take a few tokes, so it's kind of like maybe taking 2 grams of mushrooms. All right, I'm gonna pick a nice setting, nature, right, beautiful setting, and I set the intention. When I did that yesterday, I'm like, my intention, you know, I looked at the joint, right? I kissed it. I prayed to the spirit of the marijuana, and I said, my intention is to connect to nature. and I took a few talks, and the setting is I was in nature, and man did I connect, and man did I connect. And I really think if we treat weed with the respect that it deserves, because I feel like it's not respected enough. Like everybody just fucking smokes it whenever, however. You know, I think if we maybe respect it a little bit more, we can get more out of it. I'm not saying it's wrong, man. I'm not, fuck, please don't, I don't want to do that shit, right? You know, man, all power to you. Mary Jane just spreads more love. And really, you know, all power to you. If you just want to fucking get high, you want to get high? You guys know that Towley from South Park? You want to get high? Man, if you want to get high and open a bag of Doritos and fucking sit on your ass and do jack shit, by all means, okay? Please. I just think if we, what I'm finding out from my experience now, if I treat it with more respect and I really pay attention to the set and setting, my intention and my setting, I can get a lot more out of this teacher of the marijuana, of this plant medicine. And I can get a lot more connection to nature and a lot more connection to my fellow brothers and sisters, right? So I want to tell you guys before I finish off this video, yesterday when I had my little marijuana adventure, I picked out one of the, you know, one of like a stick, like a tree stick, right? Like this. I always pick one out when I'm going out in the woods, right? So I picked one. I really liked it. It looked like Gandalf's staff. Okay, I really loved it. I loved it, and I kissed it. I'm like, I love you. I was taking it home with me because I loved it so much. And then I came across 2 girls with 3 dogs, and I sit down and I invite the dogs to come in, and all the dogs come to me, and then the owners are like, oh, that must be a dog person. Right away they knew it, and I was just full of love and connection to everything, right? So I played with the dogs, and then one of the dogs stayed with me, right? The other dogs were leaving, the 2 girls were leaving, and then I joked around with the dog owners. I was like, okay, I guess that dog is mine now. And then the dog loved the stick that I had, the tree stick. Loved the tree stick that I had so much so that the dog took it. And I just looked at the dog. I said, hey, this is my gift to you. Take it. And it was just beautiful, man. It was like the cutest fucking thing. It was the cutest moment. Just beautiful. I loved the stick. I loved the dog. And then the dog took the stick because the dog loved the stick. There was something majestical about that stick. I'm telling you right now. Okay? It looked like Gandalf's staff, man. It was majestical. It was powerful. So much so the dog loved it so much that the dog took it. And I gave it to the dog. It's my gift to the dog. The owner said, hey, we want to give you the stick back. I said, no. That's my gift to the dog. Such is the power of marijuana and what it can do to you and how it can connect you to nature if you set the right set and the right setting. So I'm gonna say that for the summer, I have a new companion here. I have another girlfriend, because my girlfriend, my other girlfriend is Lucy, LSD, right? Now I have another girlfriend, Mary Jane. One for the morning and one for the evening. And if they can connect me, if they can help me connect more to source energy, be more friendly, more kind, more loving, more connected, then all power to me, I guess, for using them. All power to these beautiful plant medicines, plant teachers. And yeah, I'm saying, like, I meditate, like I smoke the evening before. I sat down, I took a few talks, I meditated for an hour sitting down. I was seeing visuals. I did the warm half breathing. I was seeing visuals. I was seeing geometric shapes. I was seeing sacred geometry. I was basically having hallucinations using marijuana, using weed. So yeah, man, smoking weed before doing psychedelics versus weed after doing psychedelics, it's like a psychedelic now. Like, for, you know, it is kind of like a psychedelic. Although technically it's not considered a psychedelic, because a psychedelic in the scientific definition is something that elicits hallucinations and acts on your serotonin receptors. Although it doesn't act on your serotonin receptors, it has its own cannabinoids. Anyway, it has its own receptors, right? But the word psychedelic means mind revealing and soul revealing, and marijuana, with the right set and the right setting, can be soul revealing, can be mind revealing, and can actually take you to the places psychedelics take you. It can be a psychedelic. So that's my experience with marijuana as of late. God bless you all, guys. You wanna get high? Do you wanna get high? Okay, before I finish off the video, if you wanna laugh your ass off, go and look up Towley from South Park and watch the episode. Okay, Towley. That's it. God bless you all, guys. I love every single one of you. May the spirit of the marijuana bless you and be with you. Don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.